Hi everybody and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about diets, about whether or not you should be going on a diet in order to lose weight. It's something that people think is the only way to lose weight, really. And when you think about what does that mean to you going on a diet, usually what we think of is some kind of diet program, or you get a diet book, or a nutritionist gives you a diet to follow that will produce weight loss if you follow it accurately and you do what this diet tells you to do. That's generally what we think of when we think of going on a diet. It's a diet that someone else has made up for us that we follow, and it creates weight loss. So let's just say, for example, you're going to get a diet book. This is what we used to do. We used to have diet books before the internet was happening, because I'm that old. Anyway, okay, so let's just say someone writes a diet book, all right? And so it's going to give you sort of a basic diet that will create weight loss for most people if they follow it. All right, but if you're going to a diet book, this book was not written for you, I mean, this book was written as a general diet book for as many people who would buy it as the author could get to buy it. So it wasn't written for you. It wasn't written for your body. It wasn't written for what you like to eat. It wasn't written for your age, your sex. Generally, any of these things, it's probably more of a general diet, okay? That's not the best diet for you to be on. It isn't. So now, if you start to think, all right, I'm on a diet right now, okay, because we're all on diets, and your diet is simply what you eat every day. That's your diet. You're on a diet right now, as long as you're alive and you're breathing when you're eating, hopefully. And so that's your diet. That's what you eat, all right? So the best way to lose weight, ultimately, is to make up your own diet. Okay, and in order to do that successfully and have it be a diet that will create weight loss for you, you have to kind of know the science of weight loss and what you're doing with your diet. Okay, so I'll give that to you now, and if you would like to get my book, it's going to be in the description box below. It's called Foodaholic, The 7 Stages to Permanent Weight Loss. Describes everything in there that you need to know about how to actually do this in depth. So I won't go into a lot of detail, but in general, if you want to lose weight, it's calories in, calories out. It's an energy balance situation. It's math, okay? So if you're a woman, you're going to take your weight times 10, and that number will give you the amount of calories that you can eat per day to maintain that weight without exercise. So let's give you an example. Let's just say I'm 150 pounds. I'm a woman. So I take that weight, 150 times 10, and that says I get about 1,500 calories a day to maintain 150 pounds without exercise. All right, so that's how you figure out the calories per day that you need to be. Now, that's to know the weight that you're at now and the calories you need to maintain that weight. Okay, so that was 150, 1,500 calories a day if you're a woman. Now, if you're a man, you're going to want to take your weight times 12. So you get a little bit more than we do because you've got muscle tissue that burns more calories at rest than our general makeup does. So you get your weight times 12, and that's your daily maintenance calories without exercise. So now let's go back to the woman, since it's easier for me to multiply 10. All right, so I get 1,500 calories a day to be 150, and let's say I add in 200 calories of activity, calorie burn. Okay, so let's say I walk for 2 miles, burn 200 calories. So now I can take in 1,700 calories and I'll still weigh 150 pounds. Okay, does that make sense? So it's math. It's an energy balance situation. It's not super complicated. It's not, you don't need any special mumbo jumbo powder to lose weight. You simply need to know how to take in fewer calories than you burn. All right, so now in order to do that, you have to figure out how many calories you burn. So I've given you a formula. So now let's say that you currently weigh, you're a woman, you weigh 200 pounds. So, and let's just say you're stable at 200 pounds for a while. So what that tells us, and that assuming your metabolism is normal or in the range of normal, which most people's are, That tells us that you're probably taking in around 2,000 calories a day. And even if you're exercising, then you're taking more to maintain the 200 pounds. All right. So now, let's say you want to lose weight. You're going to not go on a diet. If you're hearing my video right now, you're going to get the book Foodaholic, and you're going to figure out how to do this so that you can do this forever. Okay? Because when you go on a diet, guess what? You're going to go off that diet, right? I'm on a diet. That's temporary. Now you're off the diet. So that's not what we want when we're going to be talking about permanent weight loss. And that's my whole focus, by the way, is keeping the weight off. I don't want to see people losing and gaining a lot of weight over time. It's bad for your body. It's bad mentally, psychologically, physically. It's not a good way to live. So really what we want is steady weight loss that you can maintain and that you know what you're doing so that you're understanding it from a scientific point of view so that you can do it yourself and you can maintain it. And you won't need someone to do a diet for you. You can take care of that. You know, you can trust what your body's telling you it needs on any given day at any given time, you know, which diets can't do that for you if they're external, you know. Okay, so anyway, back to what's the best way to lose weight. So you're 200-pound woman, you're taking in around 2,000 calories a day. Let's say that you want to be 150 pounds ultimately. So what you're going to want to do is try to take in around 1,500 calories a day. Instead of the 2,000, that's a 500 calorie a day deficit from where you were. Now, how do you even do that? Right? How do we do that? Well, first of all, you've got to know the calories in the foods you're taking in and the amounts of the foods that you're taking in. Now, so when I say this to people, I often get a lot of like glassy-eyed looks like, oh God, she's going to tell me to count calories, you know, like pause the video or just leave me. But I hope you don't. I hope you'll subscribe. We've got lots of other videos in the playlist for you as well. Anyway, so you have to kind of understand what's happening. And what's happening is you're taking in calories. Your body is deciding what to do with those calories. It's deciding, I need to burn these calories today because I need that energy to live. Or, you know what, she's taking in way more than I need to burn today, so I'm going to store this as fat. That's what's happening within your body when you take in calories. Okay, so now you know. All right, so I'm 200 pounds. I'm taking in 2,000 calories a day. I'm going to want to take in 1,500. I need to know what that is. I'm going to start having to pay attention to the foods that I'm eating and how many calories are in the foods that I'm eating. I'm going to have to start paying attention to the amounts that I'm eating, the portions that I'm eating, so that I can then do the calories. Because for example, let's say you're going to have pasta, plain pasta without anything on it, just the cooked pasta, is 200 calories a cup. So let's say you're going to have pasta, but you have no idea how much you're having, right? It's really easy to underestimate with pasta because a cup of pasta on a plate isn't much. That's 200 calories. So here's 2 cups where you think it's only a cup. It's 200, but it's really 400. See? So you have to kind of get good too at portions and how many calories are in the different foods. So once you start to learn that, you have to also keep track of what you're eating and how much. This is also where I lose people, okay? Because we're going to ask you to keep records, calorie records, food records, and pay attention to what's happening. Because if you do that, you'll have the power. That's where the knowledge is power comes in, right? You know what you're doing. You're understanding that this food is this many calories and this is why I'm this weight, okay? That could be a good thing. And once you know that you're taking in 1,500 calories, that's why you're the weight you want to be, you know? So then you understand why you're there. You'll understand why you go up, you know, as well. And then that allows you to work it back down. So my whole point of doing these videos, of writing the book, of helping people one-on-one, and I run this support group at the obesity clinic at UCLA as well, is to help people understand the science of it. Because I don't want to be the one that has to like tell you what to eat. I never tell people what to eat anyway. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm the psycho part of it. But there are plenty of nutritionists that if you don't know what to eat are good, and they can help you learn, because it is a learning process, but you can do it on your own too. Learn what's healthy, learn how many calories are in the foods that you eat, learn what's good for your body, what isn't, all of that stuff. completely available to you right now. You just go online and Google, and there you go. All right, so best way to lose weight then is to keep track of the calories that you're taking in, to understand the calories in the foods that you're eating and understand the portions that you're eating, and then understand the math that, let's say you want to weigh X, you take that weight if you're a woman times 10, a man times 12, and you'll get that many calories a day to maintain that weight over time. So it's best to try to live at that weight daily. Okay, so if I want to weigh 150, it's best if I can learn to take in 1,500 calories a day without exercise every day, and that while I'm doing that, I'll be losing from the 200 pounds, and I'm practicing it so that when I get to 150, I'm already doing what I need to do to stay there. I already know how to do that. I've been practicing it while I've been coming down to it. And now I can stay here because I've done it a lot, right? It really is a skill. Weight control is a practice skill. So that's kind of my message for today, which is it good to go on a diet? Okay, I don't want you to hear me wrong here at all when I say the diet part where they tell you what to eat. Sometimes we need that, okay? The support part, if you're going to go to a Weight Watchers or a diet program, like I work at the Risk Factor Obesity Clinic at UCLA, the support part is vital as far as weight loss goes. And we know this scientifically, that people that keep it off and maintain a good weight loss over time, they do two things. They keep track in some way. They either weigh every day, they keep track of their food or all of that, and they get support. Those two things. So the support of a diet group, support group, is really good, or one-on-one is really good, because this is hard to do alone. It's hard to do alone. We have about 200 decisions a day to make around food every day, you know? So a lot of those are habit. And if you're habitually 200 pounds, but you want to be 150, then you're going to have to override a lot of habits. That's 200 a day of impulses and choices around food that you've been making that you're going to want to start to change. It's hard. So the support of a diet group is great. It's really great. The going on a diet that you're going to go off, ultimately, it might be good for the beginning of the weight loss journey, but then you're going to need to learn how to do with food on your own and have it be a regular part of who you are in order to maintain that weight loss. So ultimately, the best way to do it is that way all along, because then you're already there. When you get there, you know how. And if you do go on some sort of a diet or a diet program and you lose it that way, you're going to listen to this video. I hope you'll get the Foodaholic book, and you'll know what to do. And then you'll have the information, so hopefully you'll be able to keep it off, which is my whole goal for you. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you soon. Take care.